Hey, what's up, guys? John here. So, Elon Musk could destroy the value of gold. And I read something really interesting between him and NASA and what they're doing right now. It's just mind blowing. What a crazy time to be alive. All this that's happening in the world, if that's not enough, now what I'm going to tell you is pretty much going to blow your socks off. So, gold has been, for 5,000 years, been the longest form of value ever. I mean, they say that there was a limited supply. One football field long with 1 meter tall, meters 3.28 feet. So it's a very limited supply, especially for 195 countries and everyone's trying to get their piece of gold, especially nowadays. And now Elon Musk, with his partnership with NASA, NASA paid him $171 million through SpaceX to take them to it's an asteroid between Mars and Jupiter. So they're set to launch in about a year and a half. And it's going to take probably 4 years to get there. But they say that this asteroid, that's the size of Massachusetts, has more value through ore and iron and diamonds and gold and rare earth metals than the entire world's economy. So, that being said, this could greatly impact the value of gold. And people that are investing in gold right now are investing in it because they think that their dollar is going to, or their currency, in whichever country they're in, is going down, and stocks and markets are questionable right now. And they're looking for a safe place to put their money. And Elon Musk, I can't put anything past the guy. If you look at every single thing he's ever done in his life, he's never done anything normal. Everything's always been so outlandish and crazy. PayPal at the time was nuts. No one really thought of it. Or no one was even in that headspace to do digital transactions at that level. And then you have SpaceX, the Boring Company, Tesla. Everything has just been just incredible. And he's always accomplished everything. And not to mention Neuralink, which is going to launch this year. Everything has just been so outlandish, and now I wouldn't put this past him. So the Winklevoss twins, the two brothers that were involved in the Facebook lawsuit, they own 1% of Bitcoin. And their position is that Elon Musk is going to make gold as common as sand in the Sahara.
Yes. About now, you're still wired in? You issued 24 million new shares of stock. You were told.
And that it's just going to take the value of gold to basically nothing.
What was your ownership share diluted down to?
0.03%.
And they're saying Bitcoin is the digital form of gold. I'm not sure if you guys agree with that. I personally, what makes me wonder is they say gold has a finite supply. Does Bitcoin truly have a finite supply, or are we just told that it has a finite supply? And if that is the case, they own 1% of it. So they own 200,000 Bitcoin, 210,000 Bitcoin to be specific. And $10,000 a share makes them worth over $2.1 billion, which is quite nice for them, if that is true. So that being said, they definitely have a conflict of interest, but if this does become true with gold, then I think everyone's going to lose big time that's invested in gold. And who would have thought this is possible? I wouldn't have. But you can't put anything past Elon Musk. And the fact that he is already having successful launches and landings and reusing rockets and partnering up with the government and doing everything that they're doing, I would be highly surprised if in the short future that he doesn't start extracting minerals and bringing them down to earth for resale. And his cost to actually obtain these minerals would be zero, besides his hard costs, which is going to be practically nothing to complete the launch. But NASA says they're going up there exclusively just to take a look. They don't have intentions of actually extracting minerals and bringing it back and reselling it. But I mean, this is the government we're talking about. Their whole premise is greed and power. So it would be very surprising to see them not do that. But then this makes me really question, if that does happen, what would then be the ultimate form of value? What would be the ultimate form of value if they were able to extract these minerals and bring them back to Earth? I mean, what I think is ultimately going to happen, I think they're going to send one ship up there, they're going to take a look, and then they're going to come back, and then they're going to send 20, 30, 50, 100 rockets up there and come prepared and actually extract and do what they want to do and do it that way. But I think the ultimate form of value is going to be real estate. Real estate is going to be the ultimate form of value, especially if Elon Musk now with his Neuralink and that becomes popular. Think about it like this. If Neuralink becomes very popular and 10,000 people get it in 2021, 10,000 people get it and they become wicked smart and basically outperform everyone else even with a Harvard degree, top degree, then it's going to force other people to get the Neuralink to compete. And so unless you intend to get the Neuralink or unless you intend to merge with AI, which sounds so outlandish, but this is kind of where we're going right now, then multifamily real estate is going to be the safest and most secure investment, point blank. Point blank. There's not going to be a better investment because people are going to need housing. They're going to need shelter. Stocks will always be a good performing asset, but I think we're definitely going to go through a big crash. But multifamily real estate is going to be where to go. It's so crazy. It's such a crazy time to be alive to where you get to realize everything from before all this, during all this, and where we're going. I think this is going to want to be basically one of the most exciting times to be alive in history, to get to witness all these transformations, all of them. I see multifamily real estate as being the ultimate investment going forward, and I'm going to go 100% nearly everything into multifamily real estate going forward. I do see a big correction happening. I would expect one happening after the elections, and the reason I say that is because if you were the president, your goal, especially if you've been selling how well the stock market and the economy is doing under you, your intention would likely be to keep the markets thriving until your election. And at that point in time, after that, maybe you want to try to land that airplane and get things back to a safe place for people to resume to some type of normalcy. We'll see if that happens. But I think we're going to definitely see a big crash. I think we're going to definitely see a lot of opportunity in multifamily real estate. So I would not put all your money in gold. That's just me. If this does happen with Elon and he's able to extract gold and minerals and diamonds and iron and all these nutrients, and he's able to do it at almost zero cost to him, I think that this is going to bring the value down, because ultimately supply and demand dictate price. So if there's a ton of it and there's a little bit of demand, then the supply is going to obviously exceed the demand, the price is going to come down. And if there's a lot of demand and little supply like there's right now with gold, then the price is going to reflect that. So that being said, I see big changes happening to the entire world, and I think that right now millionaires and billionaires are going to be formed. But I think there's going to be a lot more people that are going to lose everything in this crash just because they don't know what to do. So they panic and then put it in something that they don't understand. But it just blows my mind that gold was the safest and most secure investment for over 5,000 years. And now it's up in the air. It's in question. It's in question. It's just absolutely amazing. Like, I saw all this on Barstool. Barstool is pretty awesome, and I think that guy Dave's pretty funny. But Barstool interviewed the Winklevoss twins, and their pitch was that Bitcoin is going to be the future, and Bitcoin is the place to go. The main reservation I have with Bitcoin is that right now no one really uses it on a commercial level, and they say it's the ultimate form of value, but I mean, government is going to want to control it. They're not going to want the power to be in the hands of the people, and that's my concern. So I think if we left cash and we became a digital society, which seems like we're kind of doing now, because they say that there's a change shortage out of nowhere, and they say that cash is dirty, and I mean, I was in New Jersey, they didn't want to accept cash at a bank there. So I don't know, but I think government's going to want to control that currency. I don't think they're going to want the power to be in the hands of the people. I think they're going to want to maintain control and power, and if they do, they're probably going to want to come up with their own currency. That's also speculation. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the governments are going to allow people to maintain and control their currency in their country without government supervision? Or do you think that the government's going to want to take over and control all that? I don't think that the government wants to release power. If you look at what they're doing with our privacy right now, we're losing and losing and losing more and more and more privacy. So I doubt that they'd want to start releasing some of our freedoms through a digital currency. But I think that maybe Bitcoin could be a good investment long term, and all that will be to be determined in the near future. So that being said, drop your comments below. Do you think that stocks are going to be the best performer, real estate's going to be the best performer, gold, or Bitcoin going forward in the next, say, 5 years? I'm really curious what you guys think. And by the way, please hit that like button, drop your comments below, and subscribe.